Me, Taylor Hart from Respect My Region. And today we're actually chilling with Blake Anthony today. And so we took Blunt Talk on the road here. And I've rolled up a couple of blunts here. I fucked up, and the one thing I forgot to bring over here was the packaging for it. But that's whatever. We got SubX on the shelf at work. And so I bought some SubX Guava Oreoz. And then I got some black market weed rolled up on the side. Some buttermilk biscuits as well. I think that's what we got rolled up over here. So we're going to be sparking it up and then just talking about Blake Anthony, the popcorn that he made earlier. And I think he's got a cup of tea over here too. So, we are set. We also have a very special edition of Blunt Talk because I got some fucking Pokemon cards, man. I don't even think y'all can see that. Here we go. We got the Pokemon Trick or Trade in here. So we're going to open up some Pokemon cards today because this is going to be like super fucking nostalgic for me.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about this.
Yeah, not even like 5 feet away from us are some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So this is the vibe that we're on. So yeah, I figured you would enjoy opening these up with me. So I'm about to spark this up. You pop that bitch open, and we're gonna get into it here. So, when was the last time that you opened up a pack of Pokemon cards?
The last time I opened up a pack of Pokemon cards was the show that South End got me that box of. He got me a box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and then he got me some sleeves and shit.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so shout out to South End because that was clutch, and also in that box of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, I got 2 collector's rare cards. And so, if you know, you know. But that shit was rare shit.
I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh in, I don't even know how long.
I got a holographic Mimikyu. But
ooh.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh, I'll be dealing with the league. Shout out to the Remote Duel Academy. I'll be dealing with them.
I can't even open this.
Damn near daily. I think that'd be like, I don't know.
It's been so long, I can't even open this.
You gotta like pinch the front there.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. I was like, it's been so long. It's still literally okay. So I lived in Redmond when I was younger, and then Redmond Town Center, there was a card shop. I just got a holographic Mewtwo.
Oh yeah, look, yeah, hell yeah, see?
Literally,
yeah, that's
same
what's
thing.
Up.
That's what's up. But literally, there was this. There was a card shop back in the day at Redmond Town Center that I used to go into with my dad and my brothers and shit, and we used to buy fucking packs of Pokemon cards. Yeah. Like I remember that when they came out, and the first time that I opened up a pack of Pokemon cards in the backseat of my mom's car, and we were hyped. It was the coolest thing, and these still. It still has the same smell like to it. Yeah, that's one of my favorite things about it was that fresh pack smell. Now, have you actually played a game of Yu-Gi-Oh as of lately?
Yeah, shit. I think we dueled this morning, man. We was dueling because we this month we got a tournament going where it's like we're doing like rankings, and then we got like a
whole last tournament.
Yeah, we got a Swiss tournament we're going to do at the end of the month, and then it's like everybody gets like these collector's packs and shit. And you can open the packs and get some cold ass cards out of that shit worth some money, or you can just keep them sealed.
I was gonna say, do you have like a collection that you started that you want to hold on to, like for a retirement fund, or do you have?
Yeah, exactly.
You got a little bit of both. You got your like, I'm gonna play and use these now, and then you got your retirement fund on deck.
This right here, I'm about to save this.
Yeah,
for sure. And we'll put this in the box. It's like comes with a locking code and everything. Shit. But,
damn, you got it on lock?
Yeah, for sure.
Literally on lock with it. Now, do you collect any other things like baseball cards or like any other type of trading card or anything, or is it just like Yu-Gi-Oh?
Shit.
Pokemon.
I got like a few things. I'm mostly like a gamer, so I like to get like hard copy video games and hard copy movies and shit like that.
Oh, word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like we were talking about the new Hellraiser this morning, and I'm like, I need to have all 3 of those on DVD. Because I seen the old Hellraiser was the shit. So like,
I haven't seen the new Hellraiser at all. I got a few like VHS. We were literally just talking about this.
Talking about that. Yeah,
I got some VHS tapes at home. I have a camcorder as well that I just need to see if it still works and shit. But I'm about that kind of like nostalgic, old school. I was always like a very old school console kind of gamer myself. Like definitely like N64 till the day I die kind of a thing.
Oh yeah.
And I still have at home. I have an Atari 2600, and I have like a ton of like games for it. I have a ton of things for it, except for I just here you should spark that one. Spark that other bitch up. The only thing I'm missing for it though is a power supply for it. So I have to track down a new power supply for it.
For the Atari?
For the Atari, yeah.
Shit.
So, but I keep it just like sealed up for like nostalgia's sake and for the future kind of a thing. But like, what's the oldest, like most nostalgic like relic that you have?
Damn, that's tough. That's actually tough. I don't know, like, cause we got some drawings that me and my brother have made. Those have like kind of survived our transitions because we moved so much.
Yeah,
like, everywhere we lived and shit. So it's like shit. This kind of gets lost in the shuffle because we used to have a Dreamcast,
right?
But we used to have Sega Saturn and Sega Genesis. Like we used to have all that shit and like
just gets lost.
Some shit that I got now is like old clothes from school. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like old bullshit. You know what I mean? And shit. So like I'm trying to build that collection now.
Yeah.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Is easy to build a collection, but there ain't too much of a community yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
like it's this new phenomenon.
I mean, it ain't even like new, but it's like a marketing scalper community. Like everybody's trying to get the best deal to flip the next thing and like fuck with the market price and da 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 da. Like when you read articles about it, it's always about who's winning the tournaments and then how much cards are gonna be because of that. And it's like
that's kind of gross to think about.
You see what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to play, and like when you meet people who play, like you got like a couple different archetypes. Like you got people who like for some reason don't seem like they take care of themselves at all, and it's just like why you gotta be dirty and like smell like cheese and shit like that. Like whatever, man, shit just happens. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like
the game is more important than their than taking care of themselves.
But I can say that shit because those be the meanest people too. Like I talk that shit because those be the motherfuckers who are just like, do you even know
they're
what
like
you're doing?
Super serious about it, and they like don't want like bare minimum players to be in there, like non-passionate players. You know, they want them to be like the top of the top, but like not everybody can be that. You know what I mean? That's what makes them the top of the top.
Exactly,
is because not everybody is like that.
And what about having fun?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if this dude just loves to collect and he sits down one day, like, all right, let me play with y'all, see what this is about. It's like he'll be like just treating people crazy. But anyway, I feel like Pokemon. I don't know. Pokemon has that side of it, but there's also like a collector's like community. You know, like shout out to Southend. He's like a collector of Pokemon cards. I think he plays with his kids. Yeah. But I think he plays, but. Like I know mostly when we talk about it, it's like from a collector standpoint, and that's different. Like that's tight to me, you know what I'm saying? Because I like to do both. Have like a few things sealed. Like I just got a box of these golds, and like I take a box out, and the sealed box just goes on the shelf, and then I'll open the other ones, and then like buy a pack, I'll put that in the vault like I'm gonna do with this one.
That's smart though, because then you get to enjoy it, but you also get to collect, and you also get to think about it further on in your life, because like, and maybe it's just because I've had a few different people pass as of lately, but like you reflect on some of their things, like cleaning out my grandma's apartment and like looking back on some of her things and stuff over the course of her life, and it's like, and digging through photos, and photos was the big one that I was that's like wild. Man, nobody has actual like physical photos anymore, and I think that's why this like resurgence of film is coming back, is because people want to be able to hold on to these things and have like an actual physical something to look back at. And I'm like such a sentimental person that like my closet is full of boxes, shoe boxes full of just random shit that one day I hope to be able to enjoy in a better manner.
Yeah,
but like
for real.
Right
like,
now I
framed
can't.
For to put them somewhere type shit at the point that it lines up. But like Yeah, like we got some printed out pictures of ourselves that are just printed off the printer on
right.
Photo paper or whatever. But it's like getting back into the habit of like making that shit, because it's like
right.
you used to take a camera somewhere,
let
me get your pictures, and now it's like we have the ability to do it ourselves. We just don't. Like the last time I did that shit was what, 2 years ago. I made those. Yeah, maybe longer. That was when we lived in Bud Court. I think I printed those off. So wow, that's like.
Yeah, I thought about that the last time that I like printed off a photo, and was when my grandpa died. Yeah, because I realized that we didn't have a lot of those photos, and so I like downloaded a bunch off of like other people's like Facebook or like I don't know, throughout the years and stuff, and I just printed a bunch of them out so that we have them, or like a lot of them that my aunt has, and she only has like the one copy of. Yeah. And so exactly. Like making copies of some of those to hold on to and whatnot, but it's just like having that physical thing makes such a difference, and I only like begin to understand the impact of that nostalgia nowadays when I look back at some things from my childhood. Yeah. Like I have my baby blanket at home. Yeah. And sometimes,
see, that's crazy. That's tight.
Even though I don't remember using it as a baby, it just brings me back to being young.
Like it's like a piece of you. It's like a part of your soul that's imprinted on this thing.
Right, because I still I didn't use it for warmth or anything, but I still had it with me and used it often when I was 5, 6 still. So it really brings me back to that time, and so it's nice to have those things around. And like you, I've moved a lot, and maybe it wasn't drastic moves because I've always lived within Washington, but I've just moved often enough to where it's always getting rid of shit and other people helping move, and so not necessarily getting to keep track of all of my things either. I've lost a lot of things in moves that I wish that I had a whole box of writing from when I was in elementary school and middle school, just gone.
In the shuffle.
And it's just so hard, to keep some of those memories. So I try to be more adamant about it nowadays.
So you gotta have them lock boxes, them safety deposits.
And just being okay with having 47 shoe boxes full of things all over the place. Is one of those things for me right now, because my little studio apartment doesn't know how to house it all. But one day I'll have a space, I feel to where I'll be able to display things or be able to enjoy it a little bit better. So yeah.
I feel like banks should also be storage facilities.
They are.
But it's only for money and very precise stuff. It's you can't
high value.
Can't put a bag of clothes in there, or 2 tires. I gotta put these tires, these good ass tires. I need them later. You know what I mean?
Rolling your good years into the fucking first.
But it's you don't want to have to get a house that has a garage. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to pay for a garage.
Right. Yeah.
I got a bank account.
That is tricky.
You know what I'm saying? It's let me get.
And especially because storage units sometimes too. I mean, you have to have the right environment to be able to store certain things too. It's so hard to store things over time that it is. It's a predicament. It really is a predicament. There should be
there's hella money in a better way in that situation too.
For real though.
You know what I'm saying? It's
why doesn't the bank just open up a storage
let me put my
facility?
Shit there, bro. Just give me just a room. The bank should just be a room that I rent out.
Can I just rent this vault?
Yeah, I just get this vault.
It should be oh shit! It should be like Gringotts in fucking Harry Potter, where you have all these caves and these fucking things, and you just have a key, and then you just go in, and then you go down into the vault, and then you have your vault, and you can just put whatever in there.
Whatever.
You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Why aren't we in the wizarding world of fucking Harry Potter?
At this point.
For real, I'm here for it. I'm down with the goblins fucking being the gate key holder, whatever you want to call them. My little bank.
Goblins are real, man. I've seen goblins. In Queen Anne. I've seen a goblin.
I don't doubt you at all. I'm in North Queen Anne right now, and I've seen some shit.
ghouls.
You think there's just a massive troll underneath the bridge out in Fremont, but there's trolls all over the goddamn place. They are fucking everywhere, and it is highly entertaining as a bus rider.
Yeah, sometimes extra crucial, and sometimes you meet some cool ass people.
Yeah, very true, very true. But enough about these fucking trolls. Let's slide on into the Blake Anthony story. And let's talk about that. Because that's a lot more interesting than these fucking trolls in Fremont.
It's hilarious. That is
in Seattle.
That is like, it's all like
a great transition.
Yeah, because it's all kind of full circle. Like,
yeah. But yeah, you fucking, you mentioned earlier that you moved around a lot. What has that journey been like to getting here into Seattle, into that city? Where have you lived? Where have you gone? How have those experiences shaped you as a human being? What are your deepest, darkest secrets now?
Right, for real. Yeah, for real.
No, but for real, what was like the environment that you were born into, and then moving into, you know, out here to Seattle? There's a whole journey there.
Yeah, it's like, honestly, like the move, I can like start backwards from it all. Mm-hmm. Like moving here from
Let's Tacoma. Do it in rewind.
Mm-hmm. The moving here from Tacoma was like a big change.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was a lot of things changed in my personal life.
Yeah.
I like, you know, started a relationship with somebody, and like that like really blossomed into like a like partnership, and like became really like strong, and like there's a lot of fortitude in that. And then it's like, I got like my family around me now, but when I lived in Tacoma, it was just like I was in this like music like train. It's like when you're in Tacoma, it's like I don't know what it is. It's like maybe because people are a little bit closer together.
Yeah.
Because it's like you just feel like you can just feel the city. And then like out here, it's like you can feel the city, but it's a different way. It's like this more of like transient feeling because everybody's moving. It's like because everybody's moving, there's a rumble. Yeah. And then it's like when you've lived here long enough, you have to be able to like feel past that, and then you can like feel what's really going on. And I don't feel like I've quite got to that level yet. I can just kind of feel the rush and the rumble of the city, and I'm kind of like, you know, like what is everybody like sprinting at? You know what I'm saying? Like where is everyone going? You know,
it's interesting.
Like, oh, you gotta like look over the rush, and then you'll see like, oh, okay, that person, they're going that way. Oh, you know, like then you'll start to.
It is interesting. It's like almost that we live in a place of social isolation, like social, like the way that I said that,
down,
like we're isolated, but we're also social about it.
Right.
But everybody isolates within themselves, and then like as a community as a whole, we bond over those hobbies and passions that we share in isolation.
Yeah.
Essentially. Which is so weird, but it's something that like
there was a spiritual shift in the universe.
Yeah.
At like 2019. What would we say is the start of COVID? 2018?
No, it was 2020. It was beginning of 2020.
Beginning of 2020, like turn of 2020. Yeah, end of 2019, turn of 2020. Because I got sick in like November of 2019. Then I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I was sick in like February of 2020, right before it.
And then like,
it was crazy.
So like, there was like this shift where everything went into like introversion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just wild. Like it was just like the whole universe.
It was okay to be like that now.
Flipped. Yeah. A lot of people weren't able to get energy the same way that they're used to, though, because a lot of extroverted people who like, you know, need to be together with people and engage to draw energy weren't able to like feed themselves in the same ways. So it's like this whole like almost like upside downness happens, because I feel like that was kind of the introverted kind of like situation where it's just like, oh, I'm always out around people and it's like destroying me.
Yeah. Interesting though, the past 2 years have been very interesting for these different dynamics.
Yeah. But that was the cusp in which I was moving.
Right.
That was the point in which really me and Josh, Waffles,
Shout out Waffles.
Yeah, shout out to Waffles. We made a decision that was like, oh, like let's go to Tacoma because we've done a few shows out in Seattle and like people out there that we fuck with are out there. And,
yeah.
We'll be able to work with them. Let's go do that. And it's like we moved at the tip of COVID.
Just the tip.
Yeah, got into the city and everything shut down.
Yeah, that's a fucking crucial time to be moving.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah,
but at the time, I was like busing 2 hours to get to work because
that's brutal.
I was working in Proctor.
Yeah,
at the Met and working there, I was getting like 15. I needed to go up, but I couldn't get a raise, and I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." And then I just, felt like an old nigga at work. And so then I got sent up to Uptown.
Yeah.
And when I was going to Uptown, it was like a 2-hour something ride.
Yeah, fuck that.
Well, because we had plans to move.
Yeah.
And then at that, got up there, moved into South Seattle, started eating that Little Reds. Yeah,
and it's been all gravy since.
That shit was crazy,
yeah.
But like leaving Tacoma was crucial because like Tacoma is the place that told me that I like had something coming, or had something going. Like really, Tacoma was the place that was like, bro, like you can do this shit. Like, look, bro, you can do this shit. You don't have no excuses.
Yeah.
Like the only problem you have is if you're not working on it. Type
right.
Shit. You know
I've heard tales of the basement in Tacoma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I have mixtapes from the basement in Tacoma. As a matter of fact, we were just talking about playing CDs earlier. Talk about one of the CDs that I got that I can only play on my fucking PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I have I think I have a couple of the basement tapes at home.
That's tight.
Yeah.
That's tight.
Somewhere lingering around. I'll have to dig those up. But yeah, I definitely have those.
I need to see like which ones you got, because that's like
I need to see which ones I have.
Yeah, because I only got like 2 of them, and then I have Couch Mode.
Yeah.
And I don't have a copy of Ramblin'.
Yeah, you want to talk about collectibles? I got collectibles of all kinds of local music from years and years and years. Even when I was a little kid and I was going to hella like metal shows and punk rock shows and shit with my dad. I got hella memorabilia from Seattle music over the years. Years and years and years. Music shit is something that I will never throw away. Ever, 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 ever. The CD might not even play at all because it's so scratched up, but I will hold on to that for life.
Yeah.
For life. That's why you rip it as an MP3 before it gets scratched up. Shout out that technology to make that happen.
You need to buy a whole second laptop.
Yeah.
Just to buy a desktop computer. But like only people who buy desktop computers are people who are like, I'm gonna live here for a while.
Even if I was gonna live here for a while, I wouldn't get a desktop
computer.
Like, I don't know. There is something different about a desktop, but you're totally right. That's like like it's gonna live here for a long while.
That's like buying a van. You know what I'm saying? But nah, van's still tighter because a van is like, all right, if all else fails, I can put my shit in this van. You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
and just live out of your van.
A desktop computer, you need the house.
Yeah. You need the house. Yeah. Fucking desktop computer. Nah, it's all about the external hard drive.
Man, it's crucial. Yeah, for real though.
Yeah, that's where you keep all keep all the digital files safe on an external there. So
you just make everything digital.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that you only have one or the other. It's like you still need to keep both. It's like the moving forward of like game systems going to try to just make you only get digital. Like we're selling you all digital systems.
Yeah.
Like, that's automatically a ripoff, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy. I can't do nothing with this but play digital shit. So I can't put none of these movies that I've had for 20 years in.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck, bro? I got a PlayStation 4. Why would I? It's like, no. Don't do that to me. So you buy the one with the disc. You know what I'm saying? But then that's the one that sold out most, whatever, you know.
Yeah, but even when you buy the disc.
Can't blame everybody for being smart, you know.
When you buy the disc, though, you still have to buy, like, the download content to go on top of it too.
It's
so
crucial.
The disc doesn't even give you access to the entire game anymore, which is so fucked
It's
up.
finessing.
If you're paying $60 for this goddamn piece of plastic, like, it better be able to play like the entirety of it. You know what I mean?
What's
like,
hella crazy is like when you buy the hard copy game. Next time you buy a game, you buy a hard copy game. When you open the case of that game, the disc will be in there, right?
Yeah.
And if you look on the inside panel, there'll be two little slots where it's supposed to be holding a book, and there just won't be a book there. So it's like the case is still made for y'all to put a book here. Y'all just not putting the book.
Yeah.
But this is $20 more than what I used to buy video games for at brand new price. Like, it's crazy.
And the booklet was always so nice because you get either unique artwork with it that they like went out of their way to make this booklet look nice. You get like rules to the game and like
fight moves.
Yeah,
in Street Fighter Alpha 3 booklet, you get like moves with like the characters you get. And shit.
You would get important shit in those booklets,
yeah.
And not only that, but then for people like myself who like to know credits wise, I want to be able to read those credits and see who got involved in making it. And that was always in the booklets too, you know what I mean? So it's like, why get rid of something like that's so crucial to the presentation of the game just because everything is also available digitally, you know?
Well,
like,
and then also
so
especially because we have so many graphic designers available. That's just like, you made a video game, like they have an automatic template. It's just, you just ask them to make pictures and stills and things like that, you know?
Right.
But I don't know. Video game design has always fascinated me. That's what I wanted to always like do.
Yeah.
When I was coming up, you know what I'm saying? Like,
for sure.
Like I grew up in Kansas. Well, I didn't grow up in Kansas. I was born in Kansas.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I spent like my elementary years and a little bit of middle school there, but like.
And was that right before you moved to Tacoma then?
No, I moved from there to Florida. Then I moved from Florida to San Antonio.
Florida man.
Shout out to San Antonio. Florida man, right? This is crazy, man. I love that shit.
That's right. I remember you telling me that you were living in San Antonio.
Yeah, but when I was in Kansas, man, it's like, that's Topeka. That's Top City.
Yeah.
That's 666. That's all that. Like, 666 is like all the zip codes in Topeka. There's 666 something. Like all the corners of Topeka. That's crazy. But it's just the city, you know what I'm saying? It's just that area. But it's just crazy going back. Because it's like, I'm a huge fan of Dante's Inferno. That game, first of all, on PlayStation, one of the greatest of all time. If you haven't introduced yourself to it. Yeah. But the story itself, too, we keep that on the shelf. And that shit is incredible. The way to end it, anyways. Yeah. Topeka, Top City is very much like a interesting kind of like purgatory-ish place to me, where it's just like, even when I went back to shoot the Shawnee video with Chris, it was like as soon as we drove into the city, it was just like, everything is just the same. Like, there's, slight changes, there's like life changes, but it's like, but like, it's just wild seeing everything be the same. We're at Tortilla Jacks, and while we're in Tortilla Jacks, I'm getting a taco burger. If you heard Tortilla Jacks, get a taco burger. It's crazy.
Probably can't eat it, but sounds fire.
Wow. Yeah, you can't fuck with that shit. But that's just nuts. If you hit Topeka,
I'll smell the shit out of it. For whatever reason.
But Great Wall is right behind them. But I think they be closed on Tuesdays or some shit. They're on that bullshit. But Great Wall's fire. But because they got real wontons. But like so we in there getting the taco burger and shit. We shoot some shit. We eating blah blah. Yeah. They took the arcade machine out that bitch, which is lame. But then this fucking news reporter comes in. And he's like, hey, you guys know anything about what's going on across the street? And I'm just sitting here like, man, it's like me, Chris, Cozy. And it's just like this dude's asking this question. I'm just like, this is hella sketchy. And we're just like, nah, man, like, what the hell? And then we're talking about, like, what if we did know some shit? Like, what, they gonna pay somebody? I was like, he's just finessing. He's just going to ask people for answers and then just leave. He's not about to give nobody no kind of money. That's wild. I'm like, nah, that shit, bro. Walked outside, and then it was like hella police across the street. And it was just like a hot situation. We had just drove into the city just to shoot some shit real quick. It was just like, we just over here, and it's like regular ass shit. And it's just like, man, this just is never different. But like, back when I was real little, we was like sleeping on like lawn chairs and shit. and like graduated from that to like sleep on the mattress on the floor. But then we got bunk beds and shit, and then like I don't know, shit kind of continuously, as always, continuously in my life, slowly progressed forward.
That's beautiful though.
And it's been interesting because I know in elementary school I had this dream to always go to like quote unquote Maine and Rhode Island, the smallest places in the world, because I wanted to know if like Rhode Island was like a tiny ass place like Topeka. Shout out to Courage the Cowardly Dog, from nowhere Kansas type shit.
Hell yeah.
And then it's like I end up at this age going to Rhode Island for a totally unrelated reason, but ending up there because my life has gone that direction. And it's like, that's some crazy shit. It's like, it's hella crazy,
And was it a small little place? Did it feel?
It didn't feel like Topeka. No, definitely not. It was different. It felt like a small place. It felt Tacoma-esque, but
yeah,
but like Chicago-ish. It was just like this tiny world. I don't know. Yeah. I haven't spent a lot of time in Chicago. I was there for one day, so I can't say that about Chicago. Yeah. But like,
I've never left the West Coast, so I don't really have much of a gauge on anything outside of West Coast life. Which I don't know, that's pretty broad though, because I've been all over from north to south of the West Coast.
But you have a deep understanding of things.
Yes.
And that's what I mean about like just kind of like moving so much and losing things in the shuffle. Because I feel like the main thing that, I'm not trying to say I lost anything, but I'm just saying like the main thing I would say that could potentially be lost and like someone young having to move away or move around all the time is that in the shuffle of that, they don't get to like grow deep roots in any particular station. So,
Yeah, I mean, that's hard, especially when you're moving from like center and you're moving from like the center to the coast to a coast, on all these different areas that are also so different and have such a different like culture ingrained in them as well. That you like, and especially when you're going through those formative years and your environment and the people around you are really influencing like who you are and like how you're going to grow and develop when you're moving throughout that. You can't really get a solid foundation to grow the best,
But it's like you just kind of like, put it all together.
Yeah.
In your own time.
Right. And it makes you who you are.
And everybody does that. And everybody in the world does that. It's just like with their own information. And then it's like, everybody to understand all of it's just information and collecting data and shit.
Yeah.
It's like you growing and you inside yourself and you experiencing yourself expand and grow. And it's like you're watching yourself, but like trying not to watch yourself too much because, what I'm saying? But then it's like also you're growing and exploring the world and it's like you're watching the world expand. And it's like it's just constantly like you're just growing and changing. And it's like it just becomes, it is what it is. So it's like even if things get lost in the shuffle, i.e., Dreamcast that we had, the Spawn figurines my brother had collected, but then I was like, I want to play with action figures. So I'm playing with them, breaking them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff that gets lost in the shuffle is like that's funny to think about when we talk about it. Otherwise it's like we'll be here and it would be cool too.
Yeah,
like, I guess it's never that bad. It's always I don't know.
But at the end of the day, we're still going to always remember those things. Even though they're not physically here. Obviously, we both still remember these things that we had. And we're still fucking bitter that we don't have them. Exactly, but we're always going to remember that we're bitter that we don't have it anymore.
You got that vivid picture.
Yeah, because at one point, it was so brought so much joy to our life. And like, just having that experience of having that joy or having that enjoyment of having whatever it was, like having that memory is going to be something that's going to be with you forever.
Timeless. Like,
that's
what it's about.
And being able to, that's what scares me about things like, Alzheimer's and dementia is like losing those kind of memories and not being able to like recall those things and feel like that nostalgic feeling. Because as much as nostalgia hurts sometimes, and it's like an ache. It's like an ache that you can't help but want.
Yeah.
There's something about the nostalgia
that it is. It's like like a thorny rose, you know. It's like it's like a beautiful rock or some shit, you know.
Right, like, and it's such a hard thing.
Drop on your toe. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I fuck with nostalgia, but at the same time, it fucks me up right back sometimes. Yeah. So,
but also what's tight is like finding old shit. We got a lot of our old drawings. Yeah. My brother's drawing new shit, which is tight. You know. Yeah. Like, creating's great. It's like I had always wanted to be in video game design. You know. Yeah. And you know, San Antonio is where I went to high school, and like there, I would say I started rapping and shit, but like. Definitely Tacoma, said like I could do it. Shout out to Tacoma for Guerra. Shout out to Andrew Naughton. Yeah, Mountain House Studios. All that shit, man.
Everything. Yeah. ETC.
Shout out to ETC.
Shout out to ETC.
Shout out to ETC Cyphers when they was doing the open mic, man.
Shout out to the RMR cipher that went down at ETC. That shit was so fire. Yeah. That whole night was so good. God damn. That was a good one. Who else was on that night? There was a lot of motherfuckers there.
That was beautiful.
If y'all weren't there, there was like 4 different lineups from 4 different places. There was an ETC lineup. There was the RMR lineup.
It was
I can't even think of
Bruce.
Bruce was on there.
And then
I want to say Language Arts was there.
Okay, and then
I want to say LA was there.
Sean Brooks.
Was Sean there?
ETC, I think it was.
I don't even remember. It's been so long, but that night was fire. Yeah. There's so many like. Oh, Trey Ross was there. You're right.
Novi.
Oh yeah,
Novi was fire.
Yep.
Yeah, there was a lot. That place was packed the fuck out. Yeah. The energy in that room was like real deal. That's the one thing about Tacoma is when you go down there. I mean, it's real deal vibes. There's no corny shit. There's no. Yeah.
It's like
there's no like when you come out to a show in Seattle. You know, sometimes you'll just have the people standing in the crowd, just like watching, like. Eyes wide open, like I don't know what's going on, but let's check it out. And it's just like they have no fucking idea what's happening, right? So they don't like know how to participate in it in a great way. And whereas like some of these shows like Clock Out Lounge lately.
That was a great way to describe
that. Thank you.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. Yeah. But yeah, like the energy. Is always been there in Tacoma. There's never like a hit or a miss. There's never a miss, always a hit. The line got me fucked up on all of my sentences, but it's great. Here, you want this little guy? This little guy. That one's been treating me well. How has this one been treating you?
It's just nice. I'm pretty. Smoked on both.
Yeah, where are we at? We're at the halfway mark. That's I usually I've been doing this so long now that I always tend to check in on how the blunt's doing at like the 30-minute mark and whatnot. But I also consistently prove week after week that my fucking blunts can smoke forever.
That should be nice.
Forever, ever. And it's beautiful, but yeah, this has got me toasted. This is one of these was the buttermilk biscuits. One of these was the guava Oreos. And so I don't remember which one. We're playing blind roulette. We've passed them around so many times that I have no idea which one's which at this point. So it's whatever. We're toasted. And if
y'all chilling,
y'all chilling over there. We got the crew in the background. It's a family affair here. One big family household that breeds a lot of creativity throughout it.
The studio is like just 2 big like soundproof like sheet / blankets like blocking like the dome of the room. And you walk in
literally in your bedroom, right?
Yeah. And then it's like you walk in there, and then it's like the floor that's soundproof, and then like got like jute rugs covering that. and then there's like a little carpet. It's like kind of janky coverage. It's soft. It's soft though. When you walk in, it's soft.
Well, we're gonna do an MTV Cribs Studio Edition in the future, so be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna go around to all of these bedroom setups, and check out these closet booths that people got running, because people be doing some professionalized shit out of their bedroom, and it's brilliant.
Cribs. I'm gonna show you guys where I boil my chicken feathers.
I really wouldn't put it past him. It would probably be the most interesting fucking episode of Cribs if we did a Blake Anthony Cribs
Honestly,
edition.
it'd be hella regular. You would be like, oh, okay, he reads manga, and then he like plays you girl, and then he's like, okay, hella weed. And then he's like rapping. Okay, it's hot in this bitch. It is hot. Look, I was doing this. Shout to Golden Beats.
Shout to Golden Beats.
He was like, "Hey man, casually just spit me 32." I was like, "Shit."
Casually.
Sure. And that shit was, man, I love. Thank you for that because that made me super happy.
Yeah.
32
bars.
I was standing in there and I was like in the. So I was saying about the black sheets when it's like when you walk in there, it's like go in there, and then when you get in there, it's like you're just in there. It's like you can hear the difference. Everything feels different. It's like warm. Shit is soundproof. It's like all around you. Shit. That it's like you feel like comfortable. Just kind of hit your shit. You don't really. I think like sometimes like Jess is passing through in the room, and I don't even know that she's like coming in. It feels really like enclosed, so you feel good about like trying shit. Hella trying shit.
So the perfect time to murder you is while you were in the studio.
Yeah, you know.
You won't even notice.
Yeah. You still gotta murder me though. That's the thing. But it's like, yes, that's like be in there.
If you don't
I'll
successfully
come out like,
sneak
oh,
attack, Blake's gonna fuck you up.
Surprise. Yeah, I'm done. But like, yeah, that shit is perfect. You want to come in there and just like flex. Actually, no, you can't come there because like it's like the perfect size for just like one person. So like the student, the mic's on like a pulley system, so it's chilling. Yeah, you got it's a whole.
I fuck with it though.
It's tight.
You can literally like just roll out of bed and let your creativity flow.
Yeah. What I need is like what Lil Wayne has. It's like you got like a little case where you can just like pull this shit out anywhere he's at and stand up.
Like a little briefcase studio.
Yeah, it's like I was like, that's clean, but it's like I think he probably like got a heater mic, but I just gotta say get a mic. That's all that is. You know? My mic's tight though. I gotta get a mic.
Well, a good mic is always important. What are your essentials in the studio? Like, what do you need when you're sitting down to record?
I don't know why I made popcorn. I don't know. Like,
you smashed an entire bowl of popcorn.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't know. The things I'm gonna say are things I would not like recommend to anyone else. You know what I'm saying?
But that's why I'm asking. Yeah, what are your
popcorn
essentials?
Is casual for me. Like popcorn actually is like low key kind of clutch, and then it's like definitely like extra water, like more water than that.
Because you're eating fucking popcorn.
Yeah, I mean honestly, but it's like then you drinking the water, and then you like you hitting your shit. But like some people like when they drinking water, their like tongue get dry, or whatever. That's why I said I wouldn't recommend. Listen, this is how I did some of my fly shit.
Yeah, so that's what I want to know, man.
You know what I'm saying? If I can get some Hennessy and like a little bit of cola, actually, I'd rather do like. Honestly, you could just have sake by itself because then it's not as like kapow, I'm drinking, baby, kapow. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gotta come out that bitch and still be able to do things later. You know what I mean? Like, I said my verses, all right, now we can go function. You know what I'm saying? But it's like
I feel like Coca-Cola is literally eroding your vocal cords when you drink it.
Yeah, you can be drinking that shit and rapping, like, but I mean,
no.
Like I said, this is how I've done some of my fly shit. So there's that.
Do you think the blunt smoke adds to the texture of your voice?
Actually, I time that. Like, it's like it depends on... Yes, answer your question. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like it depends on like the situation of like, you know, where I'm like doing something. Because especially if I'm like about to be like, all right, so I'm gonna come into this song smoking. I don't do that shit on the mic. Like I'm like, all right, well, let me roll this real quick because I'm gonna smoke it later. Or like, oh, I have this one rolled. Oh, this is a little tiny. This gonna be easy. You know what I'm saying? And then I do it. And then sometimes I'll like do that 2 or 3 times, and then I'll get high, and then I'll be like, damn, I gotta hit this verse. And it's some bullshit that I done wrote that's supposed to be like some like goofy sounding tune or something and shit. Like just it's like usually when I'm trying to do some funky weird shit that I like get too high to pull off and I'm, like doing some bullshit. But like that shit's like smoking the blunts will be like distracting at times when I'm just trying to spit some shit. Yeah. But sometimes also like if I'm just doing something passionately and I'm smoking a blunt, it just like feels better, you know. Because it's like, I 100% agree. Yeah, because like, you know what I'm saying? Because if I'm hitting some shit and I'm flowing and shit, like the breaks when I would take a breath, if I have a blunt in my hand, naturally. It's not even like, it's just like, whatever, nigga. You know what I'm saying? And then it's just like, it's just flowing. And that's just like, you know, and then you're just like locked in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I 100% agree. Some of the best conversations that Joey, shout out Joey Bravo, some of the best like brainstorming conversations, some of the best like or like ideas, campaigns that we've come up with were over a blunt. With the blunt in the hand, the creativity is just there. And so taking and sitting there and just puffing on it and then spitting ideas, and not only that, but it's like almost like you're dedicating that however long the blunt's gonna smoke to this like conversation or to this brainstorming session or to this like idea or whatever, and you spend that time thinking about it, and like the higher and higher you get, obviously the deeper and deeper you get into thinking about it, and then so all of a sudden you're just like all over the place going down this path and this path and this path and that path, and then that's where some of the best ideas come from, because I feel like they're fleshed out so quickly and so thoroughly in such a like open and welcoming way with the blunt, you know, which is why it's like so great to be able to sit and smoke a full blunt or two with somebody and like just talk about their life and like the music that they make and shit like that, because you get like so deep in thought about it. But like that's what I love about the blunt sesh and like what it can do for like creativity wise and stuff like that, that you don't get. Like I don't get that when I eat edibles, you know what I mean? Like it's not the same feeling for me. So I totally get that that approach with the blunt in the hand. But have you ever woken up like one day, like if you were like sick or like, you know, you just got done with like a long day of like the day before, like yelling and screaming, or like, you know, a lot of using your voice and shit, and just woke up and been like, damn, my voice sounds fucking great, like hella fucked up or whatever, you know, and utilize that to record, or do you ever like treat your vocal cords to, you know, like a lovely like honey tea, like, you know, soothing, like do you have any sort of rituals to?
Nah, we have tea too, and it's like I need to adopt rituals. That's how I feel about it. Yeah, it's like I just be like, I'll be like, oh, Tyler, I sound like this, and okay, this song could do this. Oh, yeah, you know what I mean? Or if it's like I'm just gonna do this beat, and it's like, oh, okay, cool. Well, I sound like this. Okay, well, that's what this song's about to be. Well, right. Well, that's the vibe of this song. Well, that's how I feel. Okay, bet. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just like, I don't know. It all just kind of works itself out.
Yeah. You know, you take a lot of different approaches to a lot of your songs, and like a lot of different flows, a lot of different styles to it, a lot of like different vocal approaches as well. And which kind of just sounds like a lot of the times it just sounds like you're playing around in like the best way possible. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that too. I feel like I'm just like, most of the time, I feel like I'm just having fun with it and trying to like just make some shit and like just be chilling. And, like, you know, have things be nice to not like feelings, like have things be cool vibes and be cool feelings. Yeah, and stuff. But then, you know, it's also like I'm trying to like at least say something worth being said.
have a message behind
like
it.
a little bit. It's like not to the rule of like, oh man, I ain't talking about it. It was slaps to the face from back at the heat, slap in the cat.
Fire.
You know what I mean? I love that song. You know what I mean? I love that song. And
you make some great weed smoking music.
Why don't you teach us? But anyway, it's like no. It's like no teacher like mentality of like this should not be a requirement of the artist mindset, because it's just like that's just 100%. Everyone has their own learning pattern, and that is the art. That is another art in itself. Right. Is the individuality of everybody's learning this, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like, dog, you know what I'm saying? But
yeah. As an artist, it's not up to you to teach them how to be an artist or how to be innovative. They need to learn by analyzing what you do and studying kind of what you do if they want to learn how to develop. If they like your style, they need to figure it out by analyzing your shit instead of you teaching them how to do it, because that's not what being an artist is about. Being an artist is about expression and creativity. Right. You got to make your own shit. And so if it artistically, like if you vibe with something and like you really enjoy it and you're inspired by it, that's exactly what it's there to do, is to inspire you. And so you need to, if you like it that much that you want to try and incorporate that into your shit, you need to study it and analyze it and figure it out for yourself. That way that you can implement it in a knowledgeable way instead of appropriation, basically. Because that's what a lot of people do nowadays, honestly. Like, whether it's culturally or, you know, whether they're just putting on this facade to be a rapper in this formulaic way by utilizing like social media and in a specific like manipulating the algorithm and shit like that, and then like building out this like bland ass song that, you know, you can literally take a certain formula with a certain same melody styles and shit like that. You know what I mean? And like stamp it out. Way, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like there's definitely like ways that people can be I'm trying to keep my thoughts straight on this right now. But there's definitely ways that people can take what other people have done and just stamp out the same thing and then have this facade of being this artist, even though they're really not actually passionate about it. But then there's the people that get inspired by those artists and kind of start to sound like them, but sound like them themselves while sounding like them, like an inspired influence kind of way. You know what I mean? Like fusion. That's the best that I can put it while I'm this stoned right now. So hopefully you can connect the dots there. But there's definitely those people that are passionate enough that are willing to put in the work and study it and learn it for themselves.
I think that's what the thing ultimately is. It's like you being able to put in the work and like how much work you want to put in. But also like with the respect of whatever you're doing. But what is the scale on respect? I don't know. Like, you know.
I think there's definitely a way to respectfully pay homage to somebody in the work that you do.
Definitely.
And it's, I feel like it's also the way that you speak about it outside of the actual work itself, because the presentation of the work is just as important as the work and the way that you showcase it to the world. So like if you utilize somebody, like if you were inspired by it, and I just want to shout out the homie Jordan Lyles out of Moreno Valley, California. He's an incredible artist that honestly I think y'all would work really well together because I feel like y'all have the same like passion that you put into it. He does this, he produces, records all of his own shit, and is super into every like aspect of creating it and whatnot and just figuring it out and whatnot. I lost my train of thought as to why I was bringing this up, and this is going to
the cat.
Yeah. I forgot where I was going with this. So.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Shout out Jordan. For real. Holy shit. And it's wrap up time. So I'm glad I lost my train of thought because I probably could have kept talking for a while. But we are at the wrap up time. I could have probably talked for a whole nother hour with Blake, which means that we'll have to do a round 2 in the future as well.
Cool.
But we have just a few minutes here to wrap it up. So for this episode, at least, what is something that you want to leave the people with, or where do you want to direct them to find out more about you? Any last final?
To find out more about me.
Yeah.
Call my phone. No, okay.
1-800-BLAKE.
K-E. 1-800-BLAKE.
That's it.
Or go shop at afrogalactic.com.
That's the more important one.
That's where you buy things. To get to know me, just like look up my music. It's Blake Anthony. Super easy.
Yeah.
You will find me if you just look up Blake Anthony.
The handle is down at the bottom of the screen.
Yeah. You'll
down
find
here. And if you're listening in, what is your handle on Instagram or wherever?
Yeah. It'll still come up with Blake Anthony. But
Blake Anthony.
If it don't come up with that, take the O out. And if that don't work, then you must be in like.
Then DM me and I'll just send you the link to his shit and get you there a little
when
quicker.
It does work.
If you can't find him, DM Blake
or just
so that he can help
Google
you find
Blake
him.
Anthony. You know,
that is true. If you Google it,
it'll
that should do it.
Blake
Go to RMR.
Blake Sheldon.
Blake Sheldon, Blake Anthony.
Crazy.
One and the same, really.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my uncle Chris. Nickname me Snake Bite. You know,
Snake Bite.
Don't know what that's got to do with Blake's, but shout out to the Blakes.
I'm calling him Snake Bite from now on.
Yeah, that's good. Slide. You know what I mean? Like, for sure.
Oh shit. All right, we're gonna have to absolutely do round 2 because we didn't even really talk too much about his music, and I could talk about his music for ever and a day.
We did, we talked about it.
We did. We absolutely did. But this was definitely more of an in-depth look at who you are, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah,
this was a great conversation. So thank y'all for watching as always. I will be back next week for another Blunt Talk. I don't remember who is coming up next at all. I don't know what my calendar looks like right now. I got a lot in the works. It's the end of the year as well, so I'm going to start rounding up year-end roundup soon too. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, I think that's all, folks. So we're gonna wrap it up here, but go like, subscribe, follow, all of that shit. Blake Anthony, me, Taylor Hart, Respect My Region, the platform we're on right now, all of that jazz. Go follow and check out all of our other shit too. I'm pulling out an incredibly long hair right now. That would never end. All right. I am super stoned. And we got these Pokemon cards that we need to go take a look at and some Yu-Gi-Oh! To play. So we're going to go and enjoy the rest of our night.